Hello and welcome to the Eye, your English news bulletin. I'm Akivito and these are the headlines. As the state starts to unlock, the Nagaland government has informed that the next phase of unlocking will be from July 18 to August 1. In a shocking incident, a man from Dimapur who was on his way to Bokajan was beaten up and threatened with a revolver by Assam police near Nagaland checkgate. The Manipur government on Friday announced a total curfew in the state for 10 days from July 18 in view on the rising number of COVID-19 cases spiked by the Delta variant of the virus. And these are the news in details. In yet another shocking incident, a 27-year-old man from Dimapur was brutally beaten up and manhandled by the Assam police just a few meters after Newfield checkgate on July 15. Speaking to HornbillTV, the victim, who wished not to be named, informed that he had to catch a train from Bokajan to go to Guwahati since there are no train services available at the moment in Dimapur. At the checkpost in Assam, around 4 p.m. many vehicles were stopped as it was curfew time. It was alleged that a fine of Rs 500 was demanded by the Assam police. The victim alleged that since he was in a hurry to catch the train, he went ahead to the personnel to pay the fine and move ahead. To this, the personnel started abusing him physically. He alleged that the police even took him to a cabin near the checkpost and was threatened with a gun and beaten up even more.
He started abusing me. So I told him, why are you abusing me? What did I do? And he kept on abusing me, so I took my phone and I started recording his an audio video. So then he got irritated, might be, and he started, abusing me physically. So after that, 2-3 police officials, they came, they took my phone, and then they took me inside there was a small cabin type by the roadside, just next to the road, where they were taking the fines and all. So they took me inside that and they started manhandling me. They abused me physically, every one of them. I have the pictures also. And they took my phone, they deleted everything from my phone. And then the Assam police official, he took out his revolver, he loaded his gun, and he pointed it towards me and told me that, do you know who we are? So I asked him, what did I do? And then his response was, whatever you did, it was bad. I asked him that, what did I do? What was my fault? I didn't say that I will not pay the fine. I just said that you can take it early so that I will leave it. I will leave early. So, and then another official, he came inside. I thought he was a senior. I thought once I should request him. And when I started to request the police officer, he started abusing me. They again manhandled me. They again, these 3-4 police officials, they again abused me physically. And then when everything was deleted from my phone, they just told me to leave. I couldn't catch my train also.
The state spokesperson on COVID-19, Monlumo Kikon, has informed that the third phase of unlocking, or Unlock 3, will begin from July 18th, August 1st. In a tweet, Kikon made known that there was a slight uptick in the last week and to be cautious. He further stated tourists who have been taking 2 doses will be welcomed to Nagaland. Higher secondary and colleges will begin from July 26 and vaccination is a must for the staff. He maintained further it was informed that other classes will begin from August 1st. Panic buyers stormed Imphal city ahead of curfew from 18 July. Long lines could be seen in front of banks and ATM booths. People also rushed to Manipur Power Company Limited office situated at Kesampad to pay electricity bills ahead of the curfew. Let's have a look at the details. Traffic jams could be seen at several places like Kesimpad Junction, Airport Road, Konam Gamang and Uripok on Friday morning. Senior journalist and bureau-in-chief of ANI, Chinglen Singh said, "The situation is very serious. We ourselves should be fixed responsible for the surge of COVID-19. Do not blame the government alone. Those who have violated the SOPs and COVID-appropriate behavior during VVIP's visit are also to be blamed along with we, the public. It is us who should decide and take firm decision to break the chain. If not, we should be fixed with criminal charge for murdering thousands' lives. Our ego, power, wealth is not going to stop this very pandemic. Our own strong determination and action can only break the chain. Let us not play blame game." While on the other hand, senior journalist Satyajit of UNI, while speaking to Hornbill TV, said if public maintained appropriate behavior, there is no need for curfew. However, common people, mainly daily wage earners and vegetable vendors, feel one more strict curfew will really have an impact on their livelihood. While talking to Hornbill TV, one woman vegetable vendor at Andro Parking said curfew will give free hand to police to harass vegetable vendors. The Manipur government on Friday announced a total curfew in the state for 10 days from July 18th in view of the rising number of COVID-19 cases spiked by the Delta variant of the virus. A notification said, with the wide prevalence of the Delta variant of COVID-19 in Manipur, there is a need to take stringent measures to break the chain of transmission. Only those engaged in essential services such as vaccination drives, COVID-19 testing, medical services, water supply, telecom and others like air travel and agricultural activities have been kept outside the ambit of the curfew. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said the decision was taken after a series of deliberation with several committees of the state formed to tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. "We have been doing whatever we can in our capacity to control the pandemic, ranging from installation of oxygen plants to intensifying the vaccination process. However, the situation continues to deteriorate with each passing day. The number of daily positive cases is going above 1,000 and deaths above 10, he said. To ensure strict compliance, the Chief Minister said the state will be deploying all security forces at its disposal, including Assam Rifles and CRPF in addition to state forces. He appealed to the people to extend their full cooperation in the initiative, the only intention of which is to save lives. The prevalence rate of the Delta variant is extremely high. In the course of house-to-house testing, we detected substantial number of positive cases that could be disastrous. I earnestly appeal to the people to bear with us and stay indoors during the curfew period," Singh said. The celebration of the upcoming Eid festival will be relaxed from the purview of the curfew, provided strict adherence of the guidelines is ensured, added Singh. According to the State Health Department, as many as 205 cases of the Delta variant have been confirmed in the state as on July 12. The state reported a record 1,039 positive cases and 14 deaths on Thursday. With this, the total number of active cases reached 8,558. The high-powered committee of the Nagaland government announced today that Unlock 3 will begin from July 18 till 1st August. This was stated by the high-powered committee spokesperson Niba Kronu while briefing the media at the Secretariat Conference Hall, Kohima, after its meeting on July 16. Kronu informed that the Unlock 3 will include reopening of higher secondary schools and colleges from July 26, 2021 after mandatory vaccination a must for the staffs, while other classes will begin from August 1. On vaccination, Kronu said that the state is still low on vaccination rate and public should be sensitized. Other relaxation remained the same, he added. High-powered committee spokesperson Monlumo Kikon also said that the positivity rate is still high, which needs a cautious approach. He said that the Unlock 3 will allow tourist entry for those who have completed second dose of vaccination. He said that the reopening of higher secondary and colleges were discussed pertaining to the request from college establishments. He said that all the staff should be vaccinated or may produce negative test results, to which detailed standards of SOPs will be released soon. He also informed that the lower classes will not be allowed to open for the time being, but will take a call as and when the situation normalizes. In this connection, the Superintendent of Police, Karbi Anglong, Pushparaj Singh, was contacted by this channel. Singh informed that the incident was brought to his notice. He informed that the SDO Civil was also present during the time of the incident and has directed the SDPO to inquire about the incident.
To our notice, I have already asked my SDPO, Bukhajan, to inquire about it. Actually, incident happened when SDO Civil was also there. They were checking and finding people who were violating COVID norms there. Somehow, I got to know that such an unfortunate incident happened. So today, DPO is inquiring about the incident. He's trying to contact the person so that actual facts can come out. If at all there is some mistake from our side, police side, we'll ensure strict action.
What about the erring personnel that were at the gate? Have they been identified?
For that purpose, I have asked SDPO to conduct an inquiry. We'll conduct it today. Those who were involved in it will ensure that necessary departmental action is taken against them.
This is a developing story. Stay tuned for more ground report on this incident on Hornbill TV. Amid apprehension of a third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in India, regarding which several mathematical projections are going around, AIIMS Director Dr. Randeep Guleria has said that there might be many scenarios of the possible third wave if it comes. If all restrictions are lifted and a variant is able to escape immunity, then the next wave can be bigger than the second wave, Dr. Guleria said, citing one possibility as projected by an IIT mathematical model. If there is a balance between restrictions and reopening, with some restrictions remaining in place, the impact will not be as huge as it was during the second wave, provided the virus also remains stable, Dr. Guleria said. One such model from an IIT shows that if all restrictions are lifted and if a virus is also able to escape immunity, then the next wave can be bigger than the second wave. If some restrictions are kept and the virus also remains stable, then cases will not be much, and we keep more restrictions, then cases will further reduce, he said. Explaining what may strengthen the third wave, Dr. Guleria listed three factors including waning immunity, the emergence of a more transmissible variant, and lockdown relaxations as the possible reasons. In the case of waning immunity, individuals who have been exposed to the virus before again come to the susceptible state if they remain unvaccinated once the natural immunity subsides. Dr. Guleria said that as evident for the third wave, in other countries vaccines are working as the rate of hospitalization has come down. He also said that available vaccines can be tweaked after detailed studies if new variants emerge. The overall COVID-19 situation in India is improving steadily with daily news infections falling, but a spike is being observed in pockets like in the northeastern states and in Kerala. Maharashtra's COVID-19 graph has hit a plateau. The jury is still out on whether these are the early signs of a third wave, while the government has been repeatedly cautioning people against crowding. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has informed that the state will start artificially inseminating its cattle using sex-sorted semen so that after 10 to 20 years, only superior breeds of cows and no bulls will be born.
Veterinary department has told me that we can go for artificial insemination in cattle using sex-sorted semen. This would mean that 10 to 20 years later, the cattle breed will be only cows and no bulls, Sarma said. The use of sex-sorted semen allows the sex of the offspring to be predetermined. According to a report in PTI, Sarma invoked figures of Hindu mythology to suggest that historically cows have been more in number than bulls because of the benefits one can derive from them. If we look at Hindu parampara or ancient history, there's reference only to female cattle like Kamidenhu and how we were benefited with milk. That means there must have been something which ensured that cows were more in number than bulls, the Chief Minister said. Sarma also announced plans to construct cow shelters in tea gardens areas to house seized cattle safety. He said the cow dung collected from the seized cattle can be used as fertilizers in the tea gardens. The Chief Minister made the comments during a discussion on special mention brought by All India United Democratic Front legislator Aminul Islam. Sarma had tabled the Assam Cattle Preservation Bill 2021 in the State Assembly on the first day of the budget session. The legislation seeks to ban the transport of cattle from any place within Assam to place outside the state, where slaughter of cattle is not regulated by law.
The UK's largest warship, the aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth, and its Strike Task Group has sailed into the Indian Ocean region, where it will conduct joint exercises with the Indian Navy as part of Britain's effort to enhance its profile in the Indo-Pacific region. Britain has described the maiden voyage of HMS Queen Elizabeth and its task group as the country's most ambitious naval deployment for 2 decades, and the warship will also sail to the South China Sea for military drills with the US Navy and Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force. UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said on Friday the carrier group's deployment marks the start of a new era of defense cooperation with allies in India and the Indo-Pacific. He added, by visiting 40 countries and working alongside our partners, the UK is standing up for democratic values, seizing new trading opportunities and tackling the threats we face together. This deployment will provide tangible reassurance and security to the UK's friends and a credible deterrence to those who seek to undermine global security, the British High Commission said in a statement. The carrier group entered the Indian Ocean region after a series of engagements and operations in the Mediterranean. The 65,000-ton carrier will participate in the Konkan exercise with warships of the Indian Navy in the Bay of Bengal. The drills are expected to be conducted around the Andaman and Nicobar Islands with the involvement of Indian destroyers, submarines and P-81 anti-submarine warfare aircraft. On its way back to the UK later in the year, the carrier group is expected to join another tri-services exercise with the Indian military in the Arabian Sea in October. All three services are expected to participate in this three-day war game. Britain said HMS Queen Elizabeth's deployment represents the country's commitment to deeper diplomatic, economic and security ties with India and in the Indo-Pacific region, and also demonstrates the UK's support for freedom of passage through vital trading routes and for a free, open and inclusive order in the Indo-Pacific. This was all for the eye. For the latest news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbill TV.